everyone. Welcome to HealthyMenTalk. I'm Shane Mitchell, and my guest today is Rich Dunn. Welcome, Rich.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Shane.
You're more than welcome. Okay, yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, Rich, welcome very much.
Thank you.
Welcome very much.
Welcome muchly.
What have you been up to today?
Just went over to Bristol and just had a mooch around.
Mooch?
Yeah,
Bit shopping?
little mooch, and yeah, just I quite like getting out of Gloucester. Just as and when I can. It's just sometimes I feel a little bit penned in, so it's just nice to venture out.
Change the scenery.
Yeah, change scenery.
Whereabouts in Bristol did you go?
Just around the town, up towards and then
Is it busy?
Yeah, it was busy. It's St. Patrick's Day today, so a lot of Irish people enjoying some Guinness and bars. So I'm quite a people watcher, so it was nice to just sit, just fresh air. Got a bit of water. I feel always more relaxed around water. So I just sat and just people watching, just away from everything, and just ready for the week ahead, ready for Monday.
Yeah, got a big week coming up.
Big week, yeah. It's been this mixed bag of emotions. So 8 years at my current company, and just felt like it was the right time to test myself, really. I don't want, it's something that I'm doing on my own 2 feet. It's like part of the next chapter, and I don't want everything else like defining me. I want to be able to define myself. So something like a big step, like a new job, is quite a defining moment in life.
It's scary.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. Also sad because there's probably a few people that I'll never see again, and it's just the way it is sometimes. Unfortunately, you do get close to work colleagues, so you see them. If you take away the time that you sleep, you might see your family 3-4 hours a day, but you see your work colleagues 8 hours a day. So
it's like when you were at school, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You saw them every single day. It was the best thing ever. You were going to be like, you're all going to move into a house together, and you're going to like, yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah,
I do. But it also gives you a good opportunity. It's the new lot of friends.
Yes. Yeah, and you never know. There might be someone there that plays golf, or what we have interest in.
Yeah.
Into footy. It might just open up a new set of friends, or just a new environment. Again, it might be the opposite. There might be someone that I dislike there, and it's another challenge on the horizon. But until you put yourself in them situations, you're never going to know, and just overcome the nerves and let the excitement pull me through.
I agree with that. I agree with that totally. Like, as you know, my situation, like, if you don't take the leap, you don't know. The last couple of hours, there's some really good people there. And probably if I'd been there longer, could have been some really good friendships grew there as well. And it is hard because you think, these people are really good. But it's like Mrs. said to me the other day, whatever job you're at, you're either earning or learning.
Yeah.
If you're not earning, you want to be learning.
Yeah.
And vice versa. And I think the job that you were at, I don't know, you tell me. And that's more because you have learned, really, like, for what you've done. Like, I suppose the only way up really was more money.
I feel like there could have been extra steps. I just through. It's hard to say because yeah, I don't know how to answer this one. To be honest,
Yeah, it's
it's
tough.
difficult because I want to also remain professional as well, and there's a lot of people like the HR department in my last company, brilliant. They they really looked after me through my darkest and hardest times, and I can't thank them enough. And um, so again, that's like one of the reasons why I feel emotionally sad because they looked after me in my hour of need as well. But it was more the professional side of things where I do think there could have been opportunities within the company, but I don't think the company was. It's not their focus at this moment in time.
Yeah.
That's how. That's the professional answer as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't. They're a good company.
Yeah.
They are a very good company. I think we grew up in a time where not even so much us because we were children then, but like my dad,
Boom.
he started at Sky and he never went to Virgin. Not like and like his political parties, he just always stayed the same. No matter what, no matter who, you read the same paper
Blind
because
loyalty.
it's the same. Yeah, so I think that's slightly engraved in me that you want to stay loyal, and obviously my personal situation and the loyalty on that is I am a loyal person, so it hasn't been an easy decision to make, but it's been made, and let's see what the future holds.
I think with your set of skills, even if this doesn't work out, there's always going to be a job for someone like you.
Like you just said, you're either earning or learning, and even if it's not what I'm tasked to do, it might be the soft skills like how I manage situations and more soft skills. I think I'm going to learn a lot more in this next 6 months, not just about what I do, but who I am as a person professionally as well.
I often wonder how important it is, and past experience, recent experience for me is how important it is to be liked. But ultimately, it doesn't matter how well you're liked because one person, all it takes is them not to like you.
It's hard because
Do you know what I mean? And you're at the door. Whereas if everyone else is, oh, no one's going to go out on a limb.
yeah,
But if you're professionally disagreeing,
yeah. So I've this is something I don't big myself up very often, but it's something I know in myself that I've improved over the last few years. Is I wanted to make everyone happy, wanted everyone to like me, and it came at a price because I noticed I then started by trying to keep everyone happy. The things that either the company want, you end up contradicting yourself because what makes one person happy might upset someone.
yeah.
And it just come to the point where it was like, this is my trade. I'm classed as an expert in my trade. So I'm not even thinking about whether you like my answer or dislike my answer, but I'm going to answer the question to the best of my ability based on my knowledge and skill set. If you don't like it and you don't like my answer, that's fine. You can let me know why. And if I'm then wrong, I've learned. If I'm right, then hopefully or if I'm halfway there, we'll meet in the middle. But again, it's just good communication throughout.
In real terms, how often does that happen?
If you were all equals in your work environment, most businesses have a hierarchy, and it does come to the point that even if I could, it's happened often that I can say we shouldn't do this because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Here's the data sources for X, Y, and Z. Here's the pros. Here's the cons. Here's the cost equivalent. They'll still make the other decision. Now, professionally, I could get upset. I could get upset, but it comes to the point where in my impact zone, I've produced the best bit of work I can. I've provided my manager the pros, cons, everything they need to know. And if their decision is still against my recommendation, don't take offense to that.
Really?
It no,
Because
because
that would piss me off. If
like
I was constantly doing that,
but look,
constantly saying, look, this, and then just getting ignored. For one, like I'm thinking, oh, I feel I'm right. And then people were constantly sort of pushing up to say, no, great idea, but no, we're not going to go with that. You would start thinking, actually, is my ideas any good? Because I'm constantly getting told no here. Or
yeah.
do I need to move?
So
Do you know what I mean?
so I've left my role.
There you go.
So it sort of speaks for itself to a degree. So yes, over time it has, but it hasn't annoyed me personally. It's annoyed me professionally. If
Yeah.
someone's said, I've read everything you've prepared and presented, and I'm still going to make that decision. If that's just based because they don't like me, in 3 months' time,
The thing is, you don't know
when
that.
I don't know that,
They're
but
not going to say, no, your idea is brilliant, but I can't stand you, so I'm going to turn it down.
no, but the minute that um, when things happen like I projected it was happening, it was going to happen, and they refused my thing,
Mic drop.
I then
Told you.
yeah, I then in my head, I won't do it. I won't do it to them, but I would always have an email or something to say that this was projected.
Print it off.
Yeah, and it is a bit of a, and that's why I don't get peed off in the moment, because again, if I've done my job correctly, I know what's right and I know what's wrong. If they do want to ignore it, I know that in 3 months' time or whenever it is, there is a "I told you so" down the road. So it it's a long waiting game, but it's hard to lose when And again, if in 3 months' time it didn't happen, I've learned, and again, I always then take that into the next time I do something. Actually, last time I thought that was going to happen, but this happened. I've learned. I've grown, and I've tried to make a loss a win. It's like aggregate, isn't it? You've lost the first leg. Actually, I'm going to have to go and win the second leg now.
You win the battle.
Yeah.
I'll win the
yeah,
ball.
yeah. It might not, And the same with your self trainers. Like, if you get another job, after a while you'd have learnt from what you've had.
I think it was a big change for me.
Yeah,
Coming off the tools.
Yes.
I think one of the biggest things for me, what really sort of upset me during the whole period there, was I know what I'm doing, right? I know what I'm talking about. Been in the industry a long time. And I was trying to tell them, like, look, this is the main thing that people are worried about.
Yeah.
It's not so much your prices and this and that. It was like, you've got to get the product on the shelf, out the doors, on the roofs. Ultimately, that's what it's about, right? But when I'm trying to tell these ideas and like explain and get my point across, it was just going up like, no, stay in your lane. That's not your job.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's very frustrating. And if there's one thing, I've definitely learned a lot more about how to play the game.
Yeah.
And what I sort of come to the conclusion in the last couple of weeks is the people I was dealing with, not everyone, obviously, there were some really good, knowledgeable people there, but a lot of the people I was dealing with either didn't have one clue about roofing. They were there because, I don't know, their mate got them the job, or they were promoted to it because they had to fill a space. And that's fine with me. I know I made an impact with a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Because I was genuine and I was honest. And I will take that into my next role.
But the thing is, for me, like, I don't know a damn thing about roofing. I don't know.
Not me.
I don't know what this. This is why one of my concerns about my next role. I'm not an expert in that field. Can you remember the tubs of ice cream, and you had the vanilla in the middle, you'd have chocolate on the one side and the strawberry on the other side, yeah? Let's say if you,
proper council ice
Yeah.
cream, that isn't it?
say, but say if you had 100 tubs, every tub, all the chocolate was always gone.
Mm.
And there was always some strawberry left, and there was always some vanilla left.
Fine.
And then I'm going to my distributor, I need more chocolate, I need more chocolate, I need more chocolate. Because that's what the people are buying. You would turn around to your distributor and say, I need more chocolate. Well, they turn around and say, well, we're making vanilla at the moment and it's going really well. I don't want to stop the machine because every time we stop the machine, we lose money. And all the company's about is, if the company's about money and the uptime efficiency of the machines, then what suffers? And this is, again, what I was coming back to, is keeping everyone happy all the time, is for every one person you want to keep happy. So I want to keep my customers happy by giving them chocolate, ice cream. I'm making the production guys sad because now we're not earning as much money because they have to stop the machine.
Yeah.
And next time, again, going back to what I said, I could be predicting, it's chocolate, it's chocolate, it's chocolate. Here's the pros, here's the cons. And then next thing you know, you might have a drought of cold weather. And then there's no ice creams being there, no matter what thing. And then they could turn around and say, well, we didn't need to change them, did we? And you've cost us money for the downtime.
Yeah.
It's a very basic example, but that's something that happens often in like a supply chain discussion. Very basic example, but again, it's just whether it's chocolate or vanilla or whatever, it's never personal. It's business. Whether it's a leader or a manager, then they own that decision. That's just how business is, isn't it? You have to make decisions, and sometimes you don't have all the time in the world to contemplate things as well.
Mm.
And it might be a snap decision, so it sometimes is a 50-50.
You never like, so obviously, I mean, when you're doing these things, and we need chocolate, right?
Yeah.
And no one's listening to you. So it's frustrating, right?
Yeah.
So like, everyone has that in all jobs, especially when someone's been at a job for so long. They know the company inside out. They know the customer inside out. They've been there for so long, right? You get someone coming new, fresh, and you know all the great ideas in the world. And you try telling them, like, look, you know, try telling the last guy, well, you're here.
Yeah.
We need more chocolate,
Yeah.
and they still don't listen to you.
But so,
do you know what I mean? Like, that's got to be frustrating. How when that happens to you?
Yeah.
Now I know you're saying it's not personal, but where I don't buy part of what you're saying is that it's not personal. It's always personal because there's an emotion that is arose in you. Now that's personal. You don't professionally be angry. What does professionally angry look like? Or you're not professionally sad. You're not professionally feeling a bit downtrodden. It's personal. You're feeling that.
Yeah. Don't take it home. So when I'm trying to say, like, it's not, I don't take it personal. Like, I don't take it as a personal attack. Like, it's not about my beliefs or me as a person. I don't listen to you because you got tattoos or anything. It's not because of who I am. I try and leave that in the work bucket.
And how do you, when you say you try, how do you do that? So, like, well, because you work from home a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can have that drive home.
Yeah.
And like,
but this is where you find like-minded people. And you said your last place, you had good people at your last place. And I'm pretty damn sure that if you turn around and say, I had this idea, I'm pretty sure a few of them like-minded people at your last place would have went, I can't believe they're not jumping on that train. I'd rather be worrying about something from work than worrying about something at home. So
because you're in control of it.
Yes. That's something which I've said over my battles over the year with mental health. One constant thing that I feel like I've been in control of is work, because I've been good at it. Would you call
it your safety net almost?
Yeah. Yeah. Safety blanket. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And so then when someone does keep saying, oh, I'm not going to do that, or I need extra, like, it makes me question who I like, my own values in myself, that it doesn't frustrate me as because I know that I've given my best bit of advice, and whether it's ignored or accepted, when it's ignored, and this is why I'm sat in the chair moving to another job, it's just made me reflect on myself. Do you know what? I value myself more, that even I'd rather try and go somewhere new where I was heard than stay where I am. And I could be sat in this, I was there 8 years, not one promotion. I could have been sat there another 8 years and not had another promotion as well. So come to the point where
that's very important. That's a very important point, I think. So many people stay at jobs and don't even think about leaving because it's safe.
Yeah.
Pays the bills, pays the mortgage, puts food on the table. They moan like mad about it, but they're so scared. Especially a lot of the old, like you said earlier about the older lot, set in their ways. You know, back then you would get a factory job or whatever, and you were there for your life.
But again, this is where life lessons, and this is where I truly believe you'll be fine, because I would have still been working at Wincanton where I started my career like a millennium ago. Like,
yeah,
it was only because we got made redundant that I ended up going to the place where I'm at now 8 years ago. Like, I took redundancy. That was the first time I had the tablecloth pulled from beneath my feet. And actually, it gave me the resilience to then deal with this situation now. And again, not taking it to heart and going, actually, it's just knowing your own value. Like,
no, I totally agree with that. I think if I didn't have a background in roofing, as in like I could go back to roofing and physically do it, then I probably would feel a lot more lost. I'm lucky, not lucky because I've earned that recognition. But if you think how many people are out there who, you know, let's just say, for example, they were just stacking shelves and they've been doing that all their life.
Yeah.
And they don't feel they could do anything else.
Yeah.
You know, they're downtrodden all the time. Stay in your lane. Do you know what I mean? And it's very difficult for these people to just go, oh, do you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going to go and learn this. Because one, it takes a financial hit because they can either, you know, go to college, night college, and they got to pay for it. And I don't buy it when people are, oh, if you really wanted it, you'd go and do it.
To me, there's a few things on that. And when you're saying like shelf stacker, is if someone really values themselves, they'll want to, you know, there's nothing wrong with stacking shelves, but they'll want to progress naturally. What are the people in charge of the shelf stackers called at a supermarket?
Wankers.
Called managers.
Oh, managers, sorry.
Managers.
Managers.
They're not leaders. If they were leaders, they'd want to develop you.
Yeah.
Managers just want you to do your job as good as you can for as long as you can.
Yeah.
They don't want you to move forward.
No.
They just want you to do the job that you're paid for within your job description. Like, these supermarkets hire managers. They don't hire leaders. And there is a big difference between a leader and a manager. And I do think that is very important.